15th one.
15th I've completed, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so today I have to do question number 16th. Okay, Hamna is also here. Hamna, were you there in the last class? Please unmute your mic, Hamna. All right, let's do question number 16. So Rida, please see the question in your book. Okay. So determine the AP whose third term is 16, right? And the seventh term exceeds the fifth term by 12. Yes, Hamna, can you hear me? Please say yes or no. Okay, I don't know. All right. So first of all, mention, Rida, whatever information is given to you. So here you are given third term is 16. That means A3 is 16, correct? Okay. And seventh term exceeds the fifth term by 12. That means if you subtract A7 minus A5, so the answer will be 12. Understood? So seventh term exceeds the fifth term by 12. So this much information is given. Yes, Hamna, you can hear me. Please, Hamna, look into your audio settings. Sometimes you need to respond also. Okay, fine. If you have any questions, Hamna, like put it in the chat box if there is some audio issues. Now pay attention. So this much information is already given. You have to determine the AP. So basically AP you have to find in this question, right? Okay, how will you do it? So make use of the information that is given first of all. Start with the formula. There are marks for the formula also if you mention the correct formula. So we know that AN is equal to A plus N minus 1 into T, right? Okay. Now A3 is given. A3 is equal to 16. That means A plus 3 minus 1 into D is equal to 16, correct? That means A plus 2D is equal to 16. Now, since you don't know A and D, so you cannot solve it further. It will be your equation number 1, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, what is given? That this information, we will make use of this information. Again, okay. Or now you can write A7 minus of A5 is equal to 12, right? So how you write A7? That means A plus 7 minus 1 into D, right? Put one bracket. Now minus, write your A5. So A plus 5 minus 1 into D, this is equal to 12. So you just simplify this thing. So A plus 6D minus A plus 4D is equal to 12, right? Now open the bracket. So A plus 6D minus A and plus minus minus 4D is equal to 12. Now A will get cancelled out, right? 6D minus 4D is 2D is equal to 12 and D is equal to 6. So one information you have got, D is equal to 6. Now you put this D in equation number 1 and find A. So find A, Rida. How much is A quickly? Hamna, tell me. From equation 1, A plus 2 into 6 is equal to 16. Yes. So A is equal to 16 minus 12. That means 4. Correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now you have to mention AP. So 3 terms are sufficient to mention an AP. Now first term is actually A. First term of the AP is equal to A, which is 4, right? So you will find second term and you will find third term. Now second term will be A plus 2 minus 1 into D, correct? So put A and D. So 4 plus 2 minus 1 is 1 into D. That means 6, which is equal to 10. So second term is 10. Also find third term. Third term will be A plus 3 minus 1 into D. That means 4 plus 2d, 2 into how much? 6. That means 4 plus 12. That means how much equal to 16. Right? So the AP is, so first term is 4, second term is 10, third term is 16, and then it will go on. So it's an infinite AP. So this is the AP you have to find. So 3 terms are enough. You can mention 4 also if you wish, but 3 are enough. Please note it down.
Okay.
You have written? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, please read the next question, Rida, in your book. See, this question is a bit like different. 17th question. Find the 20th term from the last term of the AP. So given AP is this. Given AP is 3, 8, 13, and the last term is 253. So this is a finite AP, okay? Where the last term is given, okay. Now, you have to find 20th term from the last. All right, Rida?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, can you see what is the common difference in this case? How much is the common difference? D? Yes, Rida, for this given AP, how much is the common difference? Yeah, Rida, common difference is basically the difference between the two terms, right? It's clear from the name also, it's difference. Like what is the difference between the terms? Can you hear me?
5.
Yes, 5, right. So D is like you can subtract any two terms, A2 minus A1, which will be 8 minus 3, which is equal to 5. Okay. Now D is 5, right? So you have to find 20th term from the last, right? How will you do it? We can do it like this. Can we just revert the AP? Like if we, if we revert the AP, we get. So what is the new AP actually? if I start from 253, so I'm just writing it in the opposite direction, right? So what will be the next term here? Can you tell me what will be the next term? And actually in the last, then I will be having this 13, 8 and 3. So my first term will become my last term. Clear, Hamna? So there's, yes, Rida, is this clear?
248.
Yes, very good. 248. Why 248 I'm getting?
253 minus 5.
Why I'm subtracting it?
Because 5 is the common difference.
Yeah, but see, the general representation of AP is this. This is the first term, and then I add the common difference, A plus D. We don't subtract, right? Then again, we
Yeah,
add.
but you're reverting the AP.
Exactly. That's very good. Right, Hamna? So if I want to write the AP in this way, like if I go in this direction, so that means I have to subtract, not add D. So 248 will be the next term. And again, one more, can I write? Again, minus 5, so 243, right? And then dash, dash, dash. There are terms in the between. Okay, that's good. So this is my new AP. So I want to find the 20th term now. Clear? Going in this direction, I want to
Yes.
find what is the 20th term. So here, now again you mentioned, so here your first term A, or write it in words also. The first term A is now 253, correct? Now for this particular AP, how much is the common difference?
5.
No, not 5. 5 was for the actual AP. Now for this new AP, you will again find A2 minus A1. Always use the formula. So 248 minus 253, right? So it will come out to be minus 5. Getting it?
Yes.
And that is why I'm subtracting 5, because my D is negative. Yes?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, Amna. So for this new AP, because, so right here, like I'm mentioning everything for this new AP now. Forget about the earlier one. So for this particular A is this, D is this, and you can find A20. So 20th term from the last you have to find. So A20 means A plus 20 minus 1 into D. So my new A is 253 plus 19 into my new D is minus 5. So just solve it and find A20. Yes, tell me how much is it, Rida? Yes, what is A20, Rida?
Minus 1360.
No, I don't think so. See, it is 253 and then plus minus minus. How much is 19 into 5? 5 into 9 is 45, then 4, 95, right? So 253 minus 95 is how much? 13 minus 5 is 8. Then you have 14 minus 9 is 5. So 158 should be the answer. Check the answer in your book also. Question number, okay, 5.2. Let me see. Yeah, which question is that? Yeah, 158.
Wait, I added first.
So like you can write that 158 is the 20th term from last of the given AP, right? Because for the given AP, this is the 20th term from the last. Yeah, please write it down. I'm coming to the next question. Yes, written, Rida?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now read question number 18. So again, the same formula, right? Just a bit of manipulation. The sum of the fourth and the eighth term of an AP is 24, right? So basically, fourth and eighth. So yeah, fourth and eighth. So A4 plus A8 is how much? 24, right? And the sum of 6th and 10th is 44. A6 plus A10 is 44. So this is given, right? Given. You can write at the top. This is given. Okay, fine. Find the first three terms of the AP. So basically you have to find the AP. To find the AP, you know, you require first term and you require the common difference, right? Okay. So we will make use of these two given information. Now, since, okay, mention the formula first of all. We know that, what we know that an is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. That's the formula. Okay, now, so a4 plus a8 is 24, right? So a4 means a plus 4 minus 1 into d, and plus a8 means a plus 8 minus 1 into d. This is 24, correct? So a plus 3d and plus a plus 7d is equal to 24. So a plus a, that means 2a, and this is 10d is equal to 24, right? I can just take 1, 2 common from both the sides. It will get cancelled out. So a plus 5d is equal to 12. I can do it just to make the numbers a bit smaller. That's it. Okay. Now make use of second information. And or like also a6 plus a10 is equal to 44. Write it similarly. A plus 6 minus 1 into d and plus a plus 10 minus 1 into d is equal to 44. So what is the equation you are getting from here, Rida? Yeah, just simplify it. So a plus 5d plus a plus 9d, right, is equal to 44. So again, 2a plus 5 plus 9, that means 14d is equal to 44. Again, I can take 1, 2 common. So a plus 7d is equal to 22. So this is my equation number 2. Now just subtract one equation from the other. You will get the value of d and then find the value of a. So quickly solve it and tell me how much is a and d. But you have not done the chapter, Rida, right? Okay, so let's do it together. So I hope you have written this much part at the
Yes.
top. Okay. Right. Please note it down full, then I'll solve it further.
Okay.
Okay. So this much we have written. Now basically we need to find these, we need to solve these two equations. Okay. So again, we will do the chapter linear equation, then you will learn how we do it. But anyway, I'm doing it, just pay attention. So basically the coefficient of A are same in both the equation, right? I have 1, 1. So it's A in both the equation. So if I simply subtract one equation from the other, so my A will gone, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm just subtracting. So subtracting any equation, you can subtract 1 from 2 or 2 for 1, it doesn't matter. Subtracting like 1 from 2 or 2 from 1. Okay, so from 2 I'm doing, so I'll write the 2 on the top. So A plus 7D is equal to 22. Then A plus 5D is equal to 12. So that's how you subtract. Now, since I'm subtracting, so I'm going to change the sign. I mean, it's understood, but just to avoid mistakes, we mention it here only, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, it should be in your mind, but just to make things clear, we just change the sign here just to avoid mistakes. So A will gone, A minus A0, right? And then 7 minus 5. So you have to look at the new sign now. So 7 minus 5,
2D.
2, yeah. And 22 minus 12 is how much? 10. And D is equal to 5. Fine?
Yes.
Okay. Now you put this value of D in any of the equation and you will find the value of A. So from equation number 1, from equation number 1. So A plus 5 into 5 is equal to 12. So A plus 25 is equal to 12. So A is equal to 12 minus of 25, right? So A is how much? Minus of 13, right?
Yes.
Okay. So please write it down till here.
Okay.
Okay. Now, so A you know and D you know. Now you can write your AP. So first term,
Minus 13.
yes. So first term is equal to minus 13. Now you write second term. So second term will be actually, okay, this is first term A, right? Second term is A plus D. From the general representation of AP also you can write, or you can find A2. So that means minus 13 and plus D is 5. So how much? Yeah, minus 8, right? Then
Yes.
third term is A plus
Minus
2D.
3.
Yeah, so A plus 2D, that means minus 13 plus 2 into 5 is 10 minus 3. Yeah, you can find like from the formula also A3, that's also fine. Or from the general representation of AP, you can also write the third term, right? Okay, A plus 2D. So the AP is, so the AP is minus 13, then minus 8, minus 3, and so on. All right, now come to question number 19. So please read it. Yeah, Rida, you have not shared your syllabus with me. Is there any like schedule or something given to you from your school?
For the exams in June.
Yeah, you have the exams in June, but have you received any
Yeah,
calendar sort of thing from your school, like in which month you're having which exam and what will be the syllabus? Is there anything?
the calendar and all, but I got the syllabus for maths.
Yeah, so what is the syllabus for your maths
First
exam?
4 chapters.
Okay, that you have told me. Okay, first four, right?
Yeah.
And what was the date? Let me just write it down. I actually forgot.
They said it will start on 20th June, but we don't know yet.
Okay, 20th June, hopefully. So first four, that means real number is like it will over to date. Then polynomial and linear equation you have to do. No, fourth chapter is which one? Quadratic equation. Oh, that's also pending. All right. So question number 19th now. See, Subba Rao started work in 1995 at an annual salary of this, right? And received an increment of 200 each year. In which year did his income reach 7,000? So see, it is very clear from the question that the first year salary is given. So that means your first term is given, right? And the next term will be 5,000 plus rupees 200, correct? So next year 200 will increase in the salary. Again, the next year 200 will be increased. So basically this will become an AP with a common difference of 200. And then you have to find like AN will be 7,000 and you have to find N. So have you got the picture?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, like you can write salary in 1995, right? Or first year, you can say. Sorry, first year. So what was the salary? 5,000 rupees. Rupees 5,000. Okay. So salary in 1996, or you can write second year. So it will be rupees 5,000 plus
5,200.
rupees 200. Good. Then similarly for the third year, 1997, it will be rupees 5,400, right? So
Yes.
the series is, so this is the series you're getting, 5,000, then 5,200, then 5,400, and so on. I mean, the 200 rupees will keep on adding. So since the difference is same between the terms, you can see here, right? Like if you do,
Yes.
yeah, or you can write like since the difference is same, so this is an AP. So this is an arithmetic progression. Now, since this is an AP, so you can mention a few things. The first term here is what? First term is A, which is 5,000. And then you can find the common difference. Common difference, that is, we denote it by small d. That is any two terms you can subtract, 5,200.
200.
Yeah, minus 5,000, which is 200, right? Now you have to find that in which year the salary will become 7,000. So basically, you need to find N. Now let AN is equal to 7,000. So we need to find N. N. Okay, so that means A plus N minus 1 into D is 7,000. Now put the value of A and D and find the value of N. So I'm just leaving the calculation for you. Oh, there is a twist here. Actually, read the statement again. In which year? So basically you have to tell year, like whether it is 1995. See, in the question it is mentioning in years, 1995, 1996. So actually you have to tell the year, like in which year, correct?
Yes.
Yes. So ultimately when you will solve it, how much is the value of n? Tell me from here. Put a and d and tell me how much n you are getting.
11.
N is 11. Okay, right. So if n is 11, so what will be the year? So that you have to write. Understood? So whether it is 2000 or it is 1999, I mean, that you have to tell
Yes.
basically which year. Yeah. So the first year is how much? First year is 1995, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So what will be the 11th year? So if first year is 1995, so that means you are going to add 10 to it, isn't it?
Yes.
Like start counting, like see, mark 11 on your finger pores, right? Okay, then first year is 1995. So basically you are adding 10 to it. Then the total will become 11, right? Because first is already written here. And if you add 10 to it, you will reach the 11th year.
2005.
Yes, exactly. So 2005. So therefore in 2005, whatever the name is, like Subba Rao's salary has become rupees, or use the new symbol, rupees 7,000.
Okay.
Hmm. Next question is also like quite similar. Question number 20. I'm just giving you hints. You will complete it yourself. Ramkali saves rupees 5 in the first week of the year and then increased her weekly saving by rupees this. So basically, you will obtain a series, right? So saving in the first year, you saving in first week is how much? So in the first week, it was rupees 5, right? Okay. Then, second week. So there is an increment of how much? Rupees 5 plus this 1.75, correct? So this will become rupees 6.75. Good, right? Then again third. So 3 terms are enough to find a series. Third week means 6.25 plus 1.75, right? So it will be rupees how much? Then 550. Then you are getting 7 and 2 is 9 and 1 10, again 0, 6 and 7 and 8 rupees, right?
Yes.
No, 8 or 8.50. Have I done it correct? Yeah, I think it's right, right? Hmm. So the series is, so you're getting this kind of series here. That first term is 5, then 6.75, then 8.00, 6.75 plus 1. Please just check the calculation, Rida. Is that right? 8 you are getting?
Yes.
Yes, it's correct. Okay. So now since again the difference is same, so this is an AP. You can write since the difference is same, because we are adding the same term, isn't it? So the difference will also be the same. Since the difference is same, it is an AP. Yes, Hamna, because we are adding a fixed number to every term. So difference is going to be the same. Just a minute, Rida. Just give me a minute. You please write it. Yeah, have you written, Rida?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this is an AP. You can mention a few things here. First term and the common difference. So the first term A of this AP is 5, right? And the common difference.
1.75.
Yeah, 1.75, right? Now what you have to find, if in the nth week, okay, her weekly saving become this much. So nth term is given. So let an is equal to this 20.75, right? We need to find n. So a plus n minus 1 into d is 20.75. You will put the value of a and d, and then you will find n. So I'm leaving it for you. So whatever n you get, so in that week, like you will write a line. I think n will come out to be 10. It's given in the answers. So n will be 10 here. So you will write in 10th week, or hence in 10th week, her weekly saving will become will become rupees, how much? 20 point, how much was it given?
75.
20.75. Yeah, 20.75. Hamna, please try to unmute your mic. You're constantly on mute. Can you hear me? I don't even know whether you are there in the class or not. All right, Rida, have you written?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we completed exercise 5.2. Now there is only one more exercise left in this chapter. So let me just give the introduction of that exercise first of all. Exercise 5.3 now we have to do. Okay, now let us do a quick revision. Okay, so Hamna, just recall whatever we have done so far. So in the first exercise, we actually talked about the general representation of an AP. Yes, that how does an AP look like? So it was actually the first term is A, next is A plus D, next is A plus 2D, and so on. So that's how an AP goes on, right? So from here, like if I want to find the common difference, that is D, so I may just subtract any two terms. So I write it like AK plus 1 minus of AK. So any two terms I can take. It can be A2 minus A1, it can be A3 minus A2, or whatever. Okay, so this was about the general representation. Then we discussed about how to find the nth term of an AP. So if an AP is given and I want to find, for example, a 75th term, so I can just make use of this formula, that is an is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. Correct, Rida? So this much we
Yes,
have
ma'am.
done, yeah, in two exercises. Now coming to the third exercise, which talks about sum of n terms of an AP. For example, I have an AP 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and so on, right? I want to find the sum of like first 100 terms of this AP or first 50 terms of an AP. So if I add the AP like 2 plus 4 plus 6 like that, so I just want to add the first 50 terms and I want to find the sum. So for that we have a formula, right? Okay, so just an example. Now you write down the formula. So the formula is this. The sum is denoted by S, and because it is the sum of n terms, so we put a subscript n. Similarly, like for nth term, we use n. So that same way. Now, Sn is equal to n by 2. There's a derivation for it. I'm not doing it, right? I'm straight away giving you the formula. The derivation doesn't come in the exam. So 2a plus n minus 1 into t. Fine?
Yes.
Okay. So it's look almost same. There's only like 2 here, and then you have n by 2 outside. So that's the formula. Yes, Hamna, that's the formula for finding the n terms of an AP. Now this formula can be represented in different ways. See, the formula is same. You don't have to remember like 4 or 5 formulas. No, just remember only this one, and you can give it different forms. Like how? If I just write it like this, n by 2, and I just break this 2a, I can write a plus a. No problem? Okay. Fine, Rida?
Yes.
Now look at this one, this part. How much is this equal to? A plus n minus 1 into t. What is this? Isn't this the same thing?
Yes.
Yeah. So that means my Sn can also be written like this. N2 into A plus An. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is just another form of the same formula. Now, if you have a finite AP, for example, like this, if I give you 2, 4, 8, and then I give you some last term, 24, finite AP. So that means the last term is given, right?
Yes.
So we usually denote the last term by L. So in such cases, basically your nth term and the last term is same, right? And right?
Yes.
So we can write it like this also, like if your nth term is actually your last term. So we denote it by L. So the formula can also be written like this. Sn is equal to n by 2 a plus L. So that's another form of the formula. Yes, written.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now look here, Hamna, you also pay attention. Now you have 3 formula in front of you. Now which one you will use? So that depends upon what information is given in the question. For example, if an AP is given, right? First term A, A1, A2, A3, like that. So nothing else is given. Only AP is given. So that means you are going to use this formula, because from the AP you can find A and you can find D. So that's the only like unknown here, A and D, right? Okay. If in any AP, for example, an AP is given and some particular term is also given. Let's say he is saying that the 20th term is 75, and find the sum of the first 20 terms. So you will use your An is equal to 75, and in that case you can use this formula, right? And if this kind of AP is given where you can easily see there is a last term, so you can directly use this formula. So that depends upon what information is given, that way you can use it. All right. Okay, let's come to the exercise and then we will understand how to. Yeah, examples are also important. So you please do the examples also. Now, see, there is an example also in your book that find the sum of first n positive integers. So that's an important formula you will arrive at, right? So first n positive integers. So what are first n positive integers? So integer starts from where? Positive integer. So from where they're going to start? Yes, Rida? See, integers are what? It includes negative numbers also, it includes positive numbers also, and zero also, right? I gave you the picture also, Rida. Please unmute your mic. I can't hear you, Rida.
Ma'am, you're not audible.
Am I audible now? Okay, fine. So positive integers means starting from 1, right, up to n, you have to find. So basically you have to find this thing, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus and then up to n. So this sum you have to find here. So if you can see the last term is given, right? So here the first term, how much is the first term here? Which is 1. And the last.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the information which is given to you, right?
Yes.
Okay, so last term, like first term is basically A, last term we denote by L. So this is the information which is given. You have to find the sum. So I can use the formula Sn is equal to n by 2 A plus L because I know the last term, correct? So this is n by 2 and first term is 1 and the last term is what? N, right? So I just write it, I can write it like this, like, or Sn is equal to, this is n into n plus 1 and divided by 2. So like you can just remember it, this is the sum of first n positive integers. It's sometimes in various competitive exams also, like you require this thing. For your future, I mean, you can remember, like if somebody asks you what is the sum of first n positive integers, so you should like able to recall it. It is n into n plus 1 by 2. Fine.
Yes.
And if you forget, like just use the formula, All right, let's do the exercise now. Yeah, let me just open, wait. Exercise 5.3, yeah, it's a long exercise, I think. So I'm not going to do all the questions. Some we will do, some I'll give you in the homework. First question, find the sum of the following AP. So any part you want, I think I should do the fourth part, right? First is always easy. So 1 by 15 and then a 1 by 12 and 1 by 10 to 11 terms. Right. So basically you have to find the sum of first 11 terms of this AP. Got it?
Yes.
Okay. So how much is A? The first term is 1 by 15. Okay. What is the common difference here? So 1 by 12 minus of 1 by 15. Right. So take LCM of 12 and 15. How much is the LCM? You can just check it. So 3 into 4 and 3 into 5. Now 2 into then 2 into 1 and 5, and then this, right? So 3 into 2 is 6, into 2, 12, into 5 is 60. So 60 is the LCM, right?
Yes.
Okay. So how many times will it go in 12? 5, like 12 into 5 is 60. So you get 5 minus, then 15 into 4 is 60. So 4. So you get 1 by 60 is your common difference. Always write in words also, sometimes I just skip it. So first term and the common difference. So you should mention what is your A and D. Now you know A, you know D, put it in the formula. So Sn, then mention the formula. Then we know that Sn is equal to n by 2. Now 2A plus n minus 1 into D, right? So you have to find the sum of 11 terms. So 11 by 2. Then 2 into A is 1 by 15 plus 11 minus 1 into D is 1 by 60. So just simplify this thing. 11 by 2 into this is 2 by 15, right? 11 minus 1 is 10. 10 by 60 means 1 by 6, right? Again, you need to take LCM. How much is the LCM of 15 and 6? Check it. So don't make guesses in the LCM, right? Just do an extra step. Otherwise, you will make mistake. So 3 into 5, 3 into 2, then 5 into 1 and 2, and then 2. So 3 into 5 is 15 and 30. So 30 is the LCM here. 2 into 2, 4, and plus 5, right? So this will be equal to 11 by 2 into 9 by 30. So just simplify this thing. What is the answer now? So I think nothing can be divided here. It will remain in the fraction only. So it will be 99 upon 60. Yeah, it is divisible by 3, right? So 3 into 3, 33 and 20. So Sn is 33 by 20. So please check the answer in the book. Is it the same?
Yes.
Okay. Fine. Let's do question number 2 now. Find the sums given below. So shall I rub it?
Yes.
Now see the difference, Rida. Now in question number 2, this is the given form for 7 plus 10 1 by 2 plus 14 and plus then dash 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 plus 84, right? So you look at the first part. Here there was no last term, right? There was no last term, but here the last term is mentioned. So you can use the formula A plus L. Okay.
Yes.
So Sn will be n by 2 A plus L. This you can use here because you know the first term, you know the last term. No, but do you know N here? What will you do?
Find nth.
Yes, so first of all, you will find N, right? You will take 84 as your nth term. You will find N first of all, and then you will be able to use this formula Sn is equal to N by 2 A plus L. Let's do one question, then rest of the parts you will do. Yes, Hamna? Yeah, look here. See here in this, if I come back to my formula and I have this AP, so that means A I know, right, from the AP. Last term also I know, but I don't know what is N. So to find this N, I have to make use of the formula for the nth term of the AP. And that will give me my N first of all. Then I'll put that N here is in the formula and then I'll find my Sn. Got it, Rida?
Yes.
Okay. So you write like here A is how much? 7. And D is, so subtract any two terms. So 10 1 by 2 minus 7. This will be 20, 21 by 2 minus 7. Take LCM.
7 by 2.
Yes, 2 into 7 is 14. This is how much? 7 by 2. Yes, 7 by 2. Correct. Now, like using formula, you can say using formula that nth term an is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. Like we need to find n, or we can find n. We can find n, right? So here an, the last term is 84. So that means 84 is equal to a plus 80, sorry, a plus n minus 1 into d. Put the value of a and d also. So 84 is equal to 7 plus n minus 1 into d is 7 by 2. So Rida, please solve it and tell me how much is n. I'm just taking a break of 2 minutes. Please solve it.
$23.
Yes, Rida, how much is n? Yeah, Hamna, have you found the n? You can write in the chat box. Yeah, Rida, how much is n here?
23.
23. Okay, so n is 23. So now n is 23. You can find Sn is equal to n by 2, a plus l. Put the values here. So S23 now will be 23 by 2. A is 7 and the last term is 84. So just solve it. How much is S23? So whatever you get, I mean, that will be the answer. So Hamna, I'm just ending the class here. You can leave now. Rida, will you please stay here?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, Hamna, you can leave. Okay, now. So Rida, come back to real numbers. So for half an hour, I want to take your class. So we were proving that under root 2 is irrational, right?
Yes.
So we did the theorem also, and I also told you that like we are using the method of contradiction. So we are assuming that root 2 is rational. So it should be of the form of p by q. And I have just eliminated the common factor. So I have reduced it to the simplest form. So now my root 2 is a by b. So till here we have written, right? Now,
Yes.
yeah, so A and B are now co-primes. So co-primes, what are co-primes? I told you. Okay, now root 2 is equal to A by B, where A and B are co-primes.
No common factor.
Exactly. So because I have reduced the common factor, right? That is why from P by Q, I have come to A by B, because I want to eliminate the common factor. So now there is no common factor. So co-primes means there is no common factor, but one is always there. So you will write except one. So one is always there. So except one. So there's no other common factor. Okay, so till here we have done. Now you just do cross multiplication. So B into under root 2 is equal to A, right? If I just square on the both sides, whole square is equal to A square. So I'm getting 2B is equal to A square, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, see, my A square is equal to twice of B. So that means, how to explain it? Like, it is 2 into B. So that means 2 will divide A square, isn't it? Like, and I can bring this 2 in the denominator. So,
Yes.
getting it? Like, basically,
Yes.
A square is equal to 2 into some number. So basically, 2 is always one factor of A square. So that means A square is always divisible by 2. Understood? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So that means, or this implies that 2 divides A square. Okay. Now why I'm writing it? Because there's a theorem that if a number divides A square, it also divides A, right?
Yes.
So by theorem, 2 also divides A. Okay. So if it divides A square, then by theorem, it also divides A. Like if I just mark this as my equation number 1, and this result I just mark as 2. So these are important conclusions actually. So we can write see, can I write 2C is equal to A, like in a similar fashion? Look here. So A square is equal to 2 into some number. That is why 2 is one factor. Clear? Now, because 2 also divides A, so A will be 2 into some number, isn't
Yes.
it? Yeah. So where C is any integer, like C is integer. These things are also important. I don't know what is C. So C is actually an integer. So this way I can write. Now I can substitute this value of A in equation number 1. So substituting A in equation number 1. So coming back to equation number 1, I can write 2B is equal to A square means 2C whole square, correct? So 2B is equal to 4C square, or my B square, sorry, 2B, no. Yeah, is it right? Oh, it was 2B square in the formula. I'm just sorry. Please correct it, because I have done whole square. So it will be B square, right? So B square is equal to 2 into C square. Is that okay?
I can't hear you.
Yeah, now can you hear me?
I can hear you, but in middle you're lagging.
Okay. So please do the correction here. I just forgot this 2. So it was 2B square because I'm doing the whole square. So this is the result I'm getting here. So B square is equal to 2C square. So again, this implies that 2 divides B square, correct? Yes, Freda. So because B square is 2 into something, that means 2 is one of the factor of B square. So 2 divides B square, and again by theorem, 2 also divides B. mark it as your result number 3. Please write it up till here, then I'll do it. Yeah, have you written, Rida? Yeah, Rida, have you written? If you can hear me, you can type also. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, now I can hear you. So have you written?
I can't see anything.
You can't see.
Wait, now I can.
Okay.
1 second. Okay, I've written.
Written. Now just pay attention here. Uh, See, just pay attention to these two statements, that 2 also divides A and 2 also divides B. So these are the results actually I need now. Okay. So I'm just erasing some of it and just I'll write. See, what I was doing here, Rida, I used the method of contradiction, right? Yes?
Yes.
Yeah. So my method of contradiction was that we actually want to prove that under root 2 is irrational, but we started with the assumption that under root 2 is rational, correct? So I'm just revisiting again. So I started with that under root 2 is of the form p by q, and I have eliminated all the common factors, and that is why my under root 2 can be written as a by b, where a and b are co-primes now. Got it? So this was an important term, co-primes. Now since,
Yes.
yeah, now because a and b, which I'm talking about here in the proof, a and b are actually co-primes. That means there is no common factor of a and b, correct? Because they are co-primes, so except one, there is no other factor. But what I'm getting here, that 2 also divides a and 2 also divides b. That means 2 is a common factor of a and b, isn't it?
Yes.
So my conclusion from these two equations is that 2 is a common factor of a and b. So I mean, I'm getting another factor apart from 1. So this contradiction is actually arising because of my wrong assumption. So actually my assumption was wrong that under root 2 is rational. It is not rational, right? If it was rational, so there was no common factor. But I'm getting a common factor. That means it's not a rational number, and that is why it's irrational. Got the point? Now you just have to write this properly in the words. Understood?
Yes.
Yeah. So you will write that from second and third, like equation second and third, and not an equation. I mean, basically, sorry, not equation. From result second and third, you can write. It's not an equation. So from the result second and third, 2 is a common factor of A and B, right? But this contradicts the fact that A and B are co-primes. Do not have any common factor except one. Okay. Right. So this contradiction, just erasing a little bit. This contradiction is because of our wrong assumption. So we conclude that under root 2 is irrational. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, so Rida, because this was the first derivation I was doing, so I have written like long statements. When you will get used to of it, you can make your statement shorter. So I just wanted to make everything very clear. So I have written like everything in the brackets and all that. So I hope you have understood the picture now, right?
Yes.
Now the next is, it's an example. Under root 3 is irrational. It's exactly the same way you will do it, right? In place of 2, you will get 3. That's it. That's the only difference. So I think you can do it, right?
Yes.
Just like in the place of 2, you will get 3 and rest of the things are same. So come to exercise now, where you have to show that under root 5 is irrational, the first one. Or should I leave that also? See, under root 5, you will get 5 in place of 2. That's it.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, so exactly same way you will write it. Okay. Now I'm doing question number 2. Prove that 3 plus 2 under root 5 is irrational. Okay. So this is a bit different. Let's do it. So proof. Now assume that, assume that 3 plus 2 under root 5 is rational. So this is called the method of contradiction. We assume it to be rational, right? So if it is rational, so 3 plus 2 under root 5 can be written as or is equal to A by B, right? Where A and B are co-primes. Please underline this thing.
And B not equal to 0.
Exactly. And B is not equal to 0. Now look here, I have also reduced that statement, right? 3 plus root 2 is equal to p by q, and then there is a common factor, so we want to eliminate that, because now you understand the picture, because that was the first derivation I was doing, so I just wrote all the steps involved. Clear? Right? So if it is
Yes.
so if it is just a 1 mark or 2 mark question in the exam, so it's your wish. I mean, there is no harm if you write it, but you can skip that statement. You can directly write A and B, but this part is important. Like you have to mention that A and B are co-primes, right? Because now you have a good understanding of why you have written it like this. So that means I can write it that, what was that? 3 plus and 2 under root 5, right? So just keep the under root part on the LHS. So I can write it like root 5 is equal to, or 2 root 5 is equal to A upon B minus of 3. Clear? Or under
Yes.
root 5 is equal to A upon 2B and minus of 3 by 2. Okay. Now you see at the RHS here, like your right hand side. Just try to understand. So when A and B are co-primes, that means they are prime number. There is no common factor. So basically, A is actually an integer, right? And then you have 2 multiplied by an integer. So basically, you are going to get integer upon integer. You are going to get an integer. Clear?
Yes.
Yes. And 3 by 2 is also an integer, like 1.5. That's also an integer. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. Or you can understand it this way also. I mean, if you just like take the LCM, so you will get 2b as your LCM, right? So you will get a minus 3 into b. So basically, again, integer minus integer is an integer. And in the denominator also you have your integer. So your right hand side is basically a real, sorry, rational number. Like what is actually integer upon integer? Any rational number which is of the form p by q. That's how we write that p and q are integers and q is not equal to 0. Yes, Rita?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, like just let me explain it again. Now look here. Look at the RHS again. Look at your RHS, like try to understand this thing. So a minus of 3b. So that means you are subtracting an integer minus an integer. So basically you're going to get an integer, right? So
Yes.
so in the numerator you have an integer, and similarly in the denominator also you have an integer. So what is integer by integer? It's a rational number, which we write p by q. Understood? P and q are integers and q is
Okay.
not equal to 0. Yeah. So on the RHS, I'm getting a rational number, and on the left hand side, I have an irrational number. Now, see, in this type of question, when 3 plus 2 under root 5 is asked as a 1 mark question, so you will directly assume that under root 5 is irrational. I mean, it is already proved before. And if it is a long question, like 3 mark question, so first of all, separately, you will prove that under root 5 is irrational, and then you will do this part. All right.
Okay.
Got it. So you will write that your left hand side or your LHS is irrational. Okay. And your RHS is rational. So there is a contradiction, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So there is a contradiction. Or you can write that this contradiction is because of our wrong assumption, is because of our wrong assumption. Mm. Okay, no, write it like this, like make it short. You write that this contradicts the fact that under root 5 is irrational, right?
Yes,
Then
ma'am.
I think you don't have to write this. You write that your right hand side is rational, and this contradicts the fact that under root 5 is irrational. So therefore, so we conclude that this 3 plus 2 under root 5 is irrational. Got it?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm just giving you a hint of question number 3. Some parts, then rest you can do. So this is 1 upon under root 2, right? Now you have to prove that it is irrational. So can you just write all the statements if I skip and just give you an hint?
Yes.
So basically you will write that 1 upon 2 is equal to A by B, right? They are co-primes. So please write it properly. So right now you can just note it down in short.
Yes. Okay.
So A and B are co-primes. So basically if you do cross multiplication, so you will get under root 2 is equal to B upon A, right? Now look at your RHS. So RHS is actually integer upon integer, which is a rational number. So RHS is rational, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So again, this contradicts the fact. In fact, it is a theorem that under root 2 is irrational. It's a theorem. So this contradicts the fact that under root 2 is rational, and therefore we conclude that 1 upon 2 is irrational. All right.
Yes.
And similarly, you can just give it a try to other parts also. 7 root 5 and 6 plus root 2. 6 plus root 2 is quite similar to question number 2. And 7 root 5 also. So 7 root 5, like 7 root 5 will be equal to A by B, right? So that means under root 5 will be A upon 7B. So again, you are getting like integer upon integer. That means a rational number on the right hand side. And under root 5 is irrational. So therefore, we conclude that 7 root 5 is irrational. But the thing to note here is that sometimes if the question is given that if under root 5 is irrational, right? Then prove that 7 under root 5 is irrational or is also irrational, right? And it's like it's a 1 mark or 1 mark question or 2 mark question. So if it's a short question and it is already given, so that means you don't have to prove now separately that under root 5 is irrational. It is already given, so it will be a 1 mark question in that case. So you can directly use this given statement. And if it is a 2 or 3 mark question, so you will first of all prove that under root 5 is irrational, and then you will show that your left hand side is irrational and your right hand side is rational. So there is a contradiction. So like this contradiction is because of our wrong assumption, and therefore 7 under root 5 is irrational. Clear?
Yes.
So can you do it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so your chapter real number is over, Rida, from my side. And if can we have a class tomorrow evening, Rida? Because you have 3 chapters remaining.
Sure.
Yes, okay. So just you will receive a message from Learnivio about the timing if that is possible. See, I mean, I'll talk to my team, right? If they will arrange a
Okay.
class, then you can attend. So they will inform you about it. Okay.